What's up, Internet? We are here with Gauntlet. I guess I should probably explain some stuff. The deal is, I don't normally like to tip my hand for what I'm reviewing for a week. Mainly because it's just, I like to keep it a surprise. It's just sort of what we do. I'm going to swap over to a channel that will hopefully be a little bit less terrible for streaming, hopefully. It's probably going to disconnect left, right, and center, but it's not going to drop half the frames. That would be kind of nice. Anyway, while I wait for my new Ethernet cable to get here, probably a month away because postal strike, that's fun. My lovely, wonderful, supportive girlfriend loves watching my streams, and this used to be her game. This was in the box of games we traded, and I thought, it would be kind of fun to play through this as she watches and just sort of give her a bit of a nostalgia trip, and maybe someone else out there will enjoy this too. In between the times my computer disconnects every 10 seconds because my internet connection is made of Swiss cheese, I guess. I'm not that super familiar with Gauntlet, actually. I played the original one in the arcades, and I played, like, the NES port of it. But that's really my experience with it. Now, if I understand this correctly, and I might be wrong about this, but I think this is a port of the N64 version, or it's like an offspring of it, if that makes sense. And, I saw this once a long time ago, like the N64 version, and I thought, this game looks really, really cool. Why have I not ever played this game? Like, I just never was able to find a copy. So, it was very nice to have received this as a trade. And, well, it's not bad. I quite like it, sort of. I think the best way I can describe my feelings thus far is I like every bit of it that's not trying to be Gauntlet. It's the parts where it feels like it's trying to be Gauntlet that it's being, like, held back and stuff. Like, going through really, really, like, tight corridors and stuff and getting swarmed by enemies. Like, this game would be kind of awesome as, like, I think an open world sort of giant open RPG, like, say, Zelda, for example. Like, this would be kind of an interesting Zelda-style game. But I think the fact that it's relying on old arcade sensibilities and design ends up kind of hurting it quite a fair bit. And I'm now getting hiccups, which is tremendous for audio quality, I'm sure. But, I'm having some fun with this game. I'm about 2 hours in on Thursday. I started really late recording this week. I'm really sad about that. But, I'm having fun, and I decided, I've got 2 hours in, I'm going to eat some breakfast, and I'll get back to recording. Let's see if anyone else wants to see. But, actually, that kind of goes back to some of my initial sensibilities when I started making YouTube videos, because I kind of thought, just every time I played a game, I'd just stream it. I kind of thought, but the fact is, I'm genuinely terrified of streaming. Like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm just not very good at it, I don't think, and the only way to get better at stuff is to just keep doing it, so... it's not a bad sensibility to just try and stream everything. So, maybe I'll do that from here on out. I definitely know the next review I'm doing, I think would be fun to stream a little bit of. Because, spoilers, it's a Zelda game. And it's a Zelda game I've never played, which is kind of amazing. Up to this point, there's only two... well, I guess, depending on how you want to count it, technically 4 console Zelda games I've never played. And it's the CDI games, because, I mean, who the hell's ever played the CDI games? I've never seen a CDI. But, yeah, I've never played the Zelda CDI games, and I've never played Skyward Sword. And, part of the reason why I've never played Skyward Sword is I never had a Wii Remote Plus. And... there's only like 3 Wii Remote Plus games that I know of that I actually want. Don't forget to explore the lower waterfall. Good advice. But, I never had a Wii Remote Plus, and just to talk about how incredibly kind and giving my girlfriend is when she traded me Skyward Sword, she hunted down a Wii Remote Plus just so I could play it. And I mean, to further sort of cement this, when we were trading games, a game she traded me was Wind Waker. And in transit, I guess, somewhere in customs, when they opened up the box just to make sure, you know, everything was on the up and up, they decided to take Wind Waker out and, well, they got rid of it. I guess they stole my copy of Wind Waker. But in that moment, my girlfriend found out, and she went out and tracked down an extra copy and included it in a box of games that she was going to donate towards the show anyway. And I actually have it right here, so I'm excited. But that stuff's not going to be done until the new year, I feel. Which is kind of sad, because there's actually quite a few things I would like. There's something at the bottom of the waterfall, they said, so how do I get there? Behind you, slaying the dragon. Huh? Confused. Now, that's a problem I have with this game, is it relies a lot on hidden stuff. And, well, one of the things I found in, like, one of the previous levels that I had trouble with is there was this point where the ground fell out under you. And when that ground fell out under you, it looked like there was just no way to advance, so you had to kind of, like, look for a way around. And it turned out, like, it wasn't in a secret hidden wall, even though there's a metric crap ton of those in this game. And, it was just, you know, the camera and the lighting on it was just so terrible. So, I don't know, there's probably like a hidden wall with a switch that'll unlock a thing around here somewhere. It's usually close to where the hidden thing is. And given that the thing said, you know, at the bottom of the waterfall, seems like we're about as far away from that as we possibly could get. Unless we can maybe jump through here or something. Oh well. So it seems like every level in this game contains like a secret thing, which is useful, I guess, for completion. We don't have enough money for any of the fun upgrades, so we'll just leave that alone and move on to the next level, I guess. But one of the weird things about this game is it's also very heavily focused on just collecting stuff. Like, you gotta collect a bunch of colored crystals in order to open doors, and you have to collect, like, gold things in order to open routes to open doors with crystals. So it's like, not only is it padded, it's like fractally padded, which is a little odd. But, peak! But it does feel like very old school Gauntlet, just sort of tried to expand and make a little bit more epic. And, you know, I think if that's what you're going for when you're getting this game, you'll be impressed. But I think if you're looking for something more than that, you'll probably be missing the mark a little bit. I'm not really sure what I was looking for when I got this game, but I remember seeing the N64 one, which I guess is the same game. Kind of, except that one has less characters to play as. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of hidden characters you can play as well. And I hear there's like a bunch of codes for like extra hidden characters that you can't get other ways, which is kind of neat. There's all sorts of item management and stuff as well, which is kind of an interesting thing. Although it doesn't feel like they're ever in a position where you need to super attack. There's never really a point where it feels like you need to like grind for items or anything, because items are normally... Okay, fun story, blocking in this game is terrible. Like, in most games you'd think blocking is just hold down a button and you block something, but you actually have to block before the attack actually happens. And it's pressing it. Okay, there's a red death, which means we have to either hit it 100 times or we have to use magic. That's the button. Also, that sounds like the sound effect from Sinistar. Which would make sense. That was also a Midway game. I think the problem with me playing a game like this, however, is like this feels like sort of a party game, like the kind of game you play with a bunch of people, and that's just, it's just not something I do a lot, because I just don't have people to play with. I'm going to need magic, that's... Yeah, I'm holding on to magic mostly to fight death, but the tougher enemies tend to require it as well. So I've got a little bit of a stockpile, nothing major though. We're also playing on easy just for the sake of me being able to get further for footage, because I imagine putting things on harder would be difficult. Even so, I found the bosses to be a little bit strange, at least the one that we got in the first fight, because the first fight boss, that was like 15 minutes of just hacking and slashing, and he wasn't hard to avoid or anything, it's just, he had such a crap ton of health. And... oh, I can do this. Super attack. The way you level up seems a little bit weird too. It's not related to your, like, kills or anything, it's just related to how many times you've hit something, it seems. So you think I should buy the Halo, huh? I'll see about that. Because I know the Halo kills death. But when I go to buy stuff, I tend to just buy strength upgrades so I can take out opponents faster. Granted, I don't think I'm utilizing my inventory all that well. But that's another thing I don't like about this game. Your inventory is managed with the D-pad, which is on the GameCube. A thing you never want, ever. Whoop. These guys are tough, and they can block a lot of stuff. Whereas I can block very little, because blocking in this game is kind of naff. I'm just going to move that over here so I can see some stuff. See the Discord chat a little better. Or, Discord, the stream chat. That way I don't have to flop to Discord, because convolution. Also, it has, like, that generic, like, punching sound effect for every attack, which is a little strange. Let's open this. What do we got? We got this thing. There's quite a lot of different items, and how they interact with the world itself is kind of interesting. Like, right here, this is a poisoned piece of food. And if you were to hit a standard piece of food with a poison explosion, it'll turn poisonous, and you shouldn't eat it, obviously. Oh god, it's one of these. It's a special thing where collect all the coins. I did one of these once. I unlocked Medusa. I'll just take the long way around, I guess. Interesting, it looks like classic Gauntlet. Also, the coins have the Midway logo for some reason. And the more people you have, I think I read somewhere, the more coins you have to get. Every player has to get like 25. Oh no. It's not a full loop, I'm not going to get them all. Crap. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ah. That's no good. Oh, disconnection. Come on, Canada Post, just deliver my Ethernet cable so I can stop doing this, hopefully. Just say I'm sick of having to disconnect every few seconds, or like having half my frames drop. This is just depressingly bad. But that's another thing I dislike. It's nice for the sake of building, what's the word? Replayability. And that is, you can unlock different characters and stuff, but every individual character has, like, they all start at level 1. So, it's good if you want to, like, get the most bang for your buck, but if you only want to, like, play through the game once, you're going to stick with one character and not be bothered, because you'll have to build up every character individually, and that kind of sucks. Okay, so, I will buy a Halo. Where is that? Phoenix, hammer. Oh, that's expensive, though. See, the problem with me buying this is alternatively, I could buy this, and that's plus 10 strength, which means everything I do damage to will do, well, it'll get taken out faster. I'm sorry, I want the strength power. Alright, save, because I've been told this game is prone to freezing. As I understand, out of all the variations of this game, apparently the GameCube version is the best. Like, apparently it just has more stuff in it than the rest, from what I understand, but that's just reading the back of the box art from an image I found. Also, bad voice acting. I'm reminded a lot of another Midway game from this time. Mortal Kombat. Well, pretty much all of them, if I recall, had terrible voice acting. But I think 4 was the one that, in particular, had just terrible, atrocious voice acting. Before opening gates, look for alternate paths. This is good, useful advice. Kick over the little scorpion pile. Oh, that's a bomb. I'll check for another path. Their hints are usually like something that's blatantly obvious for something that's like right next to where it's giving a hint for, so... Oh, it's this guy. Come on. Super attack. You blocked it. Come on. I have a special, more damaging attack. It's just slower. Another kind of interesting thing is, like, if you blow up items, it just turns to ash and you can't use it. So there's actually, like, a lot of strategy to how you approach this, which I have to admit I'm impressed. It's definitely a lot deeper than I would give it credit for. But that also just makes the parts where it's definitely trying to be like the original Gauntlet even more glaringly obsolete, I think. Alright, so we got some keys. Oh god. Red Death. Now, if I recall, Red Death steals your experience. General's Guard triggers to unlock. That which Sumner requires, okay. So look for generals. Another thing I don't like is there's really no way, as far as I can tell, to really see what your experience and like how close you are to leveling is. It just seems a little arbitrary. Like, it's all dictated by how many things you hit with your sword, not necessarily what you kill. Because I leveled like 3 times during a boss fight and I hadn't killed anything yet. But it was never really clear what specifically I was doing, what values of experience I was getting from it, or anything, and that's kind of a shame. Like, it just feels like it's bad at conveying things to you. But it makes certain things, like, ridiculously clear, like, every time you go and find, like, a level that has, like, a super secret plot item weapon or whatever that makes bosses easier, it shows you exactly what you need to do to get it. But, like, everywhere else, it feels like it's just a little underwhelming in regards to, like, what it's trying to teach you. But again, I guess that goes back to, like, the old arcade mentality, which has since long been obsoleted by this game. Got some treasure, because treasure is fun. Bomb. And I'll kill this before anything spawns. But, you know, it's a fun little hacky-slashy thing. I've certainly played worse games for the N64. Oh. And I do appreciate how there's, like, certain environmental ways you can take down opponents and stuff. That's very cool. Alright, down here. Alrighty. Can't break that. I don't know though, like I'm not super familiar with Gauntlet. I played like the early one, but that was about it. And I remember not really caring much for it. In fact, I kind of found a better version of Gauntlet in, what was it called? Arkistia's Ring on the NES. Which was kind of sort of similar to Gauntlet. But it was more conducive to a single-player, non-arcade experience. Oh. The juggle. And of course, because blocking is kind of awkward in this game, best thing to do is just sort of tank hits and take things down as fast as you can. We got some more gold whatevers. I'm out of keys. That's never happened before. Alright. Now we can buy some things, but we don't really have enough for anything of value. Save again. Save complete. And I mean, yeah, you can change all your characters, but they all start fresh. So even like the fun hidden characters you unlock, it's like, what's the point? I can't access them, or I'm gonna have to basically start over. And that seems a little bit not ideal. Like, if they're tied to an account, why not allow, like, the account level to carry between individual characters? And then, you know, if you start and you find you don't like this one character, why not swap to another and have no real loss? There are new enemies here, is I think what that's supposed to be showing us. X-ray specs. Which is useful because there's lots of hidden things around here. Oh, is there another route around here? There is, but there does not appear to be anything around here. Unless, like, I was to blow up and take out a wall for me. Actually, that's the weird thing. There's lots of environmental stuff, but things that explode don't tend to take out walls that can be destroyed, which seems a little bizarre. Yeah, I know I can choose any character that I have available, but they're going to start back at level 1 from what I understand. Because they start fresh, you can't carry your levels over, which is the thing I dislike. Which is kind of why I find finding unlockable characters... Oh, come on! I don't have many keys, world. Would it kill you to not give me red death from the start? If anything, give me regular death. I'll take damage over loss of experience that are ill-defined. I can at least understand how much health I'm going to lose. It's not really a matter of me being able to use a character at level 1 in a certain place. It's more, I'm going to lose my character's overall stats in favor of getting a different character, and I don't like that. I don't want Fire Breath. Hammer. No. Why is this so balls? Okay. Well, we're using a bunch of items now for no reasons. Yeah, I could have bought anti-death, but the thing about buying anti-death is I would lose out on stats. And stats is important. Alright, we got more crystals. I like some of these items, like the idea of having like a familiar is kind of cool. I find how they utilized it to be a little underwhelming. I thought it'd be like sort of a little level up character that would go along with you, and you could like swap them out and like get them more powerful and stuff. Not unlike, say, Bomberman's Charabons or the familiars from, say, what was it, Castle Crashers. But instead it's just like a temp power-up, which I think is a little underwhelming. And heck, if you could build them up, you could sort of customize them as well. Hey, gold fang thingies. I needed those. Because I think the next set of worlds is locked behind a door that needs more of those. And I do not have many of them. I don't have enough, anyway. And I think we're about to disconnect again. Because internet connection is terrible. Disconnected! Alas. On the quest to actually get a decent internet connection, I will never actually succeed. Oh well. I can blow that up, though. Damaging enemies is a little bit unclear as well. Like, sometimes they just will not look like they're taking any damage. Like, occasionally they might, like, reel, but it's not often. And some of them flash, but not all of them. So you'll run into certain enemies that just looks like you're not doing any damage until they fall down. And that's hardly ideal. Alright, so we killed that guy. Spent a key, got some keys. I appreciate this. Alright. I kind of like that you can just, like, you don't have to actively attack the little guys, you can just step on them. That's kind of nice. More keys. Bomb! Alright. Almost got enough crystals. That's exciting. I think you can actively, like, you're not forced to go through and finish the level. Like, as you can see, I just got all the crystals, which should theoretically allow me to access a new world. And if I wanted to, I could probably just go and advance there, and I wouldn't have to necessarily finish this one yet. And that's kind of a neat way of allowing you to control your progress a little bit. So there's certainly bright sides to this. And in fact, because there are certain items that trivialize boss fights, if you can jump ahead to an area that has a item that takes out the boss for the area you're stuck on, that might actually hurry things along a little bit. I kind of wish there's more value to the crystals, though, because it's not like there's only X number of crystals and you need to collect them all. They respawn and stuff, so it's like, well, at some point, you know, I'm just collecting items I already have and I don't need. So, like, could you convert that to some experience or something? You know, give me some reason to still have them. Or make them disappear from the world altogether, although that would make the world look really empty. You know, you've got options. Oh, what do we got here? There are enough keys to, in fact, open all the chests. That's good to know. Because we do need all the keys in all the chests to get all the fruit or whatever to heal ourselves. Actually, I'm not sure how much of this actual stuff is all that valuable. I mean, you've got your items, which are kind of, sort of situational, sure. But then you've got, like, chests that are full of loot, which you could actually buy more stuff, or buy stat boosts, which is really what I would do with it. More keys. I think this like entire level's basically, look, we've got a crap ton of chests, we got a crap ton of keys, go figure it out. Alright.
Yellow Mercury has gained a level.
Because bad voice acting. Alright. Well, we've almost got enough of those gold snake teeth, or whatever, which we need to open up a new wing of this world. Which then I think unlocks potential access to like 3 more areas, which each need a bunch of crystals to open. Basically collect all the things.
Congratulations! You now have enough crystals to enter the castle stronghold.
Fantastic. But I'd like to just stay where we're at, thank you.
Volcanic cavern.
Okay. Now that's one of those hints that tells you like there's a secret item here that you need to get. That makes boss fights a lot easier. And that was actually a really cool cutscene.
Magic is full.
Also not using much magic. I should probably do something about that, but I haven't yet. Oh, we're getting swarmed because Gauntlet.
That was an heroic effort.
I think that's junk, which is basically worth nothing. Stop spawning already, damn it. That's another thing I really like about this, is it's actually got a really solid soundtrack. And like, they're not necessarily relegated to individual levels either. Like, individual levels might have different songs in it.
Limited invisibility.
What does that mean? I'm only partially visible to things or something? Like, in the early world, the very first one, I was fighting along in this, like, destroyed town, and at one point I entered, like, this bar, and it started, the soundtrack changed to, like, this, sort of bar time, like, piano music, and it was really nice. Like, it was like, that's kind of weird, but I like that. I need all the keys.
Three-way shot.
Three-way shot, you say? Are you saying my swords are now basically a shotgun? Because if so, that is kind of awesome.
Yellow Mercury has gained a level.
Level 20! Hooray! I've also been told that as you level in this game, you'll actually visibly like change your look, which is kind of cool. Like at certain points you get like a different title and your character's outfit changes a little. I love crap like that. Like it's such a small thing, but it means that you actually put some effort into, you know, showing some kind of advancement for your character's abilities and stuff. Like another game that I've seen that did this tremendously was La Mulana, which was like this sort of Metroid-style game, and every single item you picked up changed your character's appearance, like in the stats screen. So like every single item would eventually like physically appear in your character's inventory, and that was awesome. I gotta play La Mulana again. But they made a sequel, and it's out, and I could be playing that too. If I could afford it, that'd be nice. That was a weird game too, because that was a sort of like homebrew MSX game that turned into like a WiiWare title that turned into a Steam game. And then got like a remaster on the PSP of all things. Secret. Secret, secret, secret. Eat special. I will keep thwacking you with my hard attacks every chance I get until you die. Like that. And we got a key. Which is good, because we didn't have any prior to that, and we kind of needed them. Pumpkin! I don't know what that pumpkin did, but it did a thing, apparently. Loot! Which means I can buy another experience upgrade or whatever. I like that. We got these tiny little enemies. What do you do? Just kick them. I don't know if you get experience for it, but it's almost worth it just for not having to thwack them. You can target a different enemy entirely and just take them out, which is awesome. Exploding barrel takes them out. But it really does feel like classic Gauntlets in a lot of respects. You know, you're going after generators to take out giant hordes of monsters before they overwhelm you. And you're going through like these really tight corridors and stuff. And it feels very arcadey. But at the same time, I think they could have gone for sort of a... And I guess that's my problem, is this is in fact an arcade game that has been ported like twice over, of course. But I think that this would have been great if they sort of removed the elements that were actually of Gauntlet. But then again, it would not sell as an arcade game that way, I suppose. Oh, don't want that. I will take that, though. Also, that running animation is really wonky. That's another thing I gotta say, is like, there's some of the animation and stuff that it looks dated for even the GameCube. Like, I've seen some dated-looking GameCube games for GameCube era, and this one is up there in a lot of respects. But that does go back to the fact that this is a port of a game that was also put on the N64 back in the day, kind of. Also, for some reason, we build things up Doom style, so you can kind of hit things even if you're not on the right level. Okay, that's clearly the thing we're trying to get. That makes this special attack. So how do we get that thing? Gotta make that lava go down, I guess. Would you let me get off this elevator, please? I mean, look, I can do this, but you're just gonna block it. Ah. I don't know what that thing is. I feel like this game has a lot of that. I don't know what that is. What is that? Okay. I'll just keep thwacking this thing and get its gold teeth or whatever. But we still have got to figure out how to get that staff thing. Yeah, I just leveled, but I hadn't killed anything, so it's literally just how many times you hit a thing with a sword. Okay, so let's not just immediately leave. True, but I aim to slay the dragon first. It's kind of weird that they really do want you to actively not go out of your way to finish a level before you've explored other ones. Oh, there's a thing. Oh, there's more dragon fangs. We need those, but that's not what we're looking for. Where do we find the switch to make the lava stop? Ah, there it is. Hooray. Something about that run reminds me of that weird D&D episode of Reboot. I'll save you! I gotta watch Reboot again. Reboot was fantastic, and still better CGI than half the things that is filled with CGI nowadays, which is depressing. Heck, it's got better CGI than, well, Reboot nowadays. Which, if I may rant about that, why is that a thing? I can't even watch it here in Canada. For whatever reason, they do not allow it to be shown in Canada, its own country of origin, which is special. But I've also been told it's terrible, so that's fine. Alright. I'm now a protector, I guess. We gotta save. Save completed! And we're back to 0 kilobytes a second, that's good.
Congratulations! You now have enough golden snake fangs to enter the West Wing.
I have really bad voice acting. I will just enunciate really loudly to make myself sound important, even though I clearly don't know how to voice act.
Yellow Mercury is now a level 20 protector.
I'm level 21, genius. Hey, my sword changed. That's a different sword than I had a second ago.
You are now entering the Dragon's Lair.
Oh god, is it going to be nothing but QuickTime events and awesome Dawn Bluth animation? Please tell me it is! That would be amazing. Actually, I heard there was a really good Dragon's Lair game on the... I feel like I probably should not have done that. I think I have to hide behind these things. Like, that's the thing. These fights kind of are reliant on you having, like, the special item or whatever. Whoops. How do I get past that? Interesting. Wow, I'm getting destroyed. We may very well have to go find, like, the special item du jour of the next area. Well, you do not want me to get in at you at any range. Now is the time for items, I feel. Fire breath, that would be reflective armor. I want the chicken leg at least. Run away.
Yellow Mercury has gained a level.
Another thing worth noting is if you get taken out in a level, you lose the levels and items that you gained there. So that's kind of not ideal. Some reflective armor you are. Yeah, I'll just take out a ballista, sure.
Yellow Mercury needs food badly. Tojo, your life force is running out.
What? Okay, that's a thing that happened somehow. Alright, let's try the next area, because at the very least we can get like a magical item of defeat the boss in this area. And that might be ideal for us. I'm a chicken. Okay. Sure. Alright, so this is the one I needed to get the purple things for. So go in here. Hopefully we can find the magical MacGuffin of defeat the dragon. That would be ideal. I like the enemy designs in this game. Chicken, 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 chicken. I don't know why I'm a karate kicking chicken, but sure. What's over this way? A chicken eating ham. Sure. Rats! You're unclean. That's coming from a thing that is an avian. I think there was an MMO where you could play as like a chicken. I think it was a Lord of the Rings MMO. And so you could just play as a chicken. And you did like 1 damage and everything killed you in 1 shot. That was just a thing you could do. Alright, we hit a switch and there's a black crystal of some kind. Oh, no, no, no. Get around there, grab the key. Go through this gate, making that key redundant. And do that. I do like that special move. Some kind of griffin. I wish we could do something about that camera. Camera needs to be modified badly. But yeah, it doesn't look like I'm actually doing anything to this guy. I mean, I know I am, but could just convey it a little better. There we go. Okay, we need 20 golden feathers to open the next golden feather thing. Sure. Water holds passage to your dreams. That sounds like some kind of Zed riddle. I mean, it's not, but it sounds like it. I do appreciate that I can just take out those spawners from this far away. Okay, how do I get down there? Oh, I see how it is, Mr. Death. Well, just go and die. Teleporter? Cool. Yeah, but I just wanted to avoid that bit. Oh god! Alrighty. So buzzsaws are a thing you can step on, apparently. In fact, that whole route made that thing pointless. Terrific. We don't seem to have... Unless I defeat that thing, maybe that'll open up a path to that black crystal. Let's find out. Doesn't seem to be able to do anything to it. Did I miss something back here, perhaps? There's a chest with some fruit. Another chest containing some loot. I'm not seeing anything that's terribly useful, nor any, like, switches or anything. Like, I think that's another sort of fundamental problem, is it's a little bit too reliant on hidden stuff to make stuff happen. It kind of reminds me a little bit in that regard of, like, say, Hexen. where you'd hit a button and it would say, a door has opened somewhere. And it would be like a door set up in like a different chunk of the world, in like a different world altogether. And it's like, oh, that's completely not useful information. Thanks. Thanks, game. Maybe be a little bit more specific. Just a tiny bit. Be nice. Ow. I don't know where that monkey sound effect is. I think that's supposed to allow me to glide over stuff, but it's really only just like floor traps, I think. Well, seeing as I got hit by that, I'm guessing that's not the case. Go forward and return, and you will be rewarded. Okay. Hooray! More levels for me. Levels are important, because more levels means more health, and more damage, and more prizes. Okay. So let's find a trap that makes an object I need moved. Hey, a gold thing. We need to collect those. I mean, there's not much in this game we don't need to collect, so let's collect it. So this is probably what they meant by return and you'll be rewarded. But it doesn't exactly clear up how to get that crystal. It's probably something that's so obvious I'm just missing out on it. Okay, so I know that thing is called a Hand of Death, but what that does specifically I'm not sure. Chicken. They do seem to pace like food rather adequately, though. It makes me wonder if this has been tweaked in difficulty from the arcade version or not. I mean, I'm also playing on the easy difficulty, so, you know. I imagine it probably would be fundamentally harder on, like, the original arcade difficulty, but still. Whoa. Ow. Alright, so what's up here? You didn't block that fast enough there, boyo. Looks like there's some more stuff down there, so we're probably gonna have to backtrack a little. More keys! Nope, I guess that's all that's over here. For now, anyway. I don't know what the deal is with, like, the monkey sound effect. That seems a little strange. Alright. Blocked it. He blocked it! Like a big blocky thing made of blocks. I wonder. Okay, traps do not seem to affect him. Nor do stairs. He's apparently not an Ed 209. That's unfortunate. A cherry. For defeating a giant rock guy, that seems like an adequate reward. I think it would have been cool if this game had like an equipment system too, like you can build up your stats or something through different weapons and stuff. You're dead. Loot! You're dead. What we got over here? Oh, some more guys that need to be deaded. Okay. I definitely think we need to go back because we missed some stuff. Why do mice sound like monkeys? They don't actually do that. Fun fact. Die, monkey rats. You must unlock the gate ahead to reach the exit. Well, I've got keys, so okay. Whoop. That was the sound of a T-Rex. Okay, there's a barrel somewhere. That's information. Hey, I recognize that barrel. Go team! Got, whatever that is, I guess. Just keep hitting things with swords. Swords produced by a sword, throwing swords, because that's how swords work. That was a worthwhile bonus. But I do think we did miss some stuff, so let's go back. Because exploring! I love exploring in video games, and that's something this game does quite well, actually. Also, really good soundtrack. Oh, I can't go that way. I can't tightrope balance on a roof. All my life streams are dashed. It's kind of nice how, like, this entire little end sprint sort of encompasses the entire area, and you get to see even the start from here. That's kind of nice. Alright, so we want to go down here. It's also a little bit weird seeing a disparity in how obvious some stuff is. Like, you can see some stuff that's very clearly like a breakable wall, and then there's just stuff that doesn't look at all different than anything else. Okay. Ooh, we needed that. Oh, and for a moment I thought the rats that sound like monkeys were suddenly throwing arrows at me. I mean, they sound like monkeys. What else can these rats do?
That was an heroic effort.
Alright. And now we're back to where we were. Wait a minute, there's a thing in there. I want the thing. How do I get it? I actually ran into a problem similar to this, where there's an item that was literally just embedded in the wall for no adequately explained reason. And you could kind of get it if you got next to the wall and you started like jiggling your character around, but it was just not designed to actually be acquirable, I guess. Kind of strange. Oh, this game is dying for an actual camera control. I mean, we have a C-stick. Can we not use it, please? It would just make my day to be able to actually see where I'm going. And not run into death saws like that. Yes, I knew they were already there. What's your point? Alright. This one I'll stretch a little bit long. I'll avoid those. We're out of here. More loot!
Yellow Mercury has gained a level.
And we also gained enough money that I can buy another stat boost. So we're going to do that for sure. More damage. And we'll save. Alright, save complete. On to the next level.
You are now entering the Dungeon of Torment.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it just says dungeon. But I appreciate you trying to make it sound more interesting. Just keep hitting the things, collect the things, and find the hidden things. That's this game in general. I don't know why, but I'm instantly reminded of the first level of Bomberman's second attack for some reason. But that was also in like a dungeon, so I guess that makes sense. Kind of had like a sewer system to it. Gargoyle is guarding access to much gold. I feel like you could have probably phrased that a little bit better. Game that claims to understand English. So, I hear you're guarding much gold. What's up with that? And also, why am I not able to actually attack you? I'm just gonna throw more broadswords at you. Hey! The camera's actually doing something useful. Brill. Hey, it's one of those crystals I'd like to get. To the floor door, because doors appear on floors for reasons.
Grab coins before time runs out.
Okay, we got a disco labyrinth. I kind of appreciate this. Come on. I don't know why the teleporters are so hit or miss. Whoop. Oh, we're missing one. Where is it? There it is.
You have unlocked a secret character.
Well, that's exciting. That would mark the second secret character we found. Unfortunately, their stats will be inferior to ours because we're 23 levels higher than it. And I don't think I'm going to stop banging on about that. Alright, come on. Let's clear these guys out. You know, if you think about it, Gauntlet was like the predecessor to Diablo, really. So it would kind of make sense to give Gauntlet its own sort of like heavily loot-based system. I mean, evidently the mechanics are there already. It's not like it would interfere with it. The only problem would be that it would interfere with the arcade experience. But that said, you could probably get around that by having like a some kind of memory system, like a passcode, or like even some arcade cabinets I've seen have memory cards that allow you to retain your character's level, experience, and like equipment and stuff. I need more keys! Stupid rat. Kind of like how that tentacle reacted even though it didn't get hit. That's a nice little bit of environment. Hey, there's one of those black crystals that we probably need desperately and are hard to find, it seems. Alright, we're up here. Oh, I don't want that. I do think that that super move is kind of like a nice little addition, though. Oh god, that was a mistake. And now you're dead. Alright, so we're up here. Hey, there's that crystal. And some loot. And loot's important. There's our exit. Pineapple! Pineapples are gross. I don't get why people eat pineapple. I mean, it's got spikes. It's telling you it's not tasty. Stop trying to eat it. It's like the durian. Except that also has the added advantage of telling you I'm terrible because I smell terrible.
That was an heroic effort.
Was it? I don't know about heroic efforts, but okay. Ooh, there's a thing. How am I supposed to get that? Alright, we're gonna smack this guy upside the head. And move on. And move on. And, there we go. That's what I needed. Alright. 1 of 250. Fantastic. Or piece to be a piece of sushi is in that cage. I think I know where that is. I think that's back here though. Possibly. Where's my magical piece of sushi game? Is it up here? I want to know what that's all about. There's the exit, but it doesn't tell me what that item was. Also, why can I not hit you? I'd very much like to. Okay, well now we're going on a quest to figure out where that item is. Because they made it seem kind of important. It's not over here. Ow. Doesn't appear to be over here. And the thing about secrets in this game is while they tend to be like compounded, they tend to be relatively close to one another. Ouch. So I mean, it shouldn't be too far away from where we were a second ago. There it is. I got a piece of sushi and it healed all my health. Awesome. See, I've been told the opposite about sushi. Seeing as it's raw fish, it's very easy for it to not be delicious. I would imagine if it was just sitting in a dungeon forever, it would probably make you quite ill. But what do I know?
Yellow Mercury has gained a level.
Hooray! More levels. And I can buy some more strength power. Which makes me happy. Where is it? Here we go. I'm slowly getting close to my armor rating. That means enemies will get taken out a hell of a lot faster, and that's a plus. Alright. So where's this item we need, though? I mean, we got 3 more levels to find it, I suppose. But still...
We're now entering the castle barracks.
Okay. Is the item in here? Okay, so... Oh, we got a cutscene. We're just gonna mash our head against a wall and we see a thing! Hooray! A thing! Within another thing. I need this thing. And then we can go fight a boss. And it'll be all good. Okay, well, you're facing me that way, which means that's the way you want me to go. And the fact that you're not letting me explore behind me is another indicator. But I want to explore behind me. That's where people usually leave all the best stuff. Because they don't expect people to actually look the way they're not told to look. For reasons. Oh, that's satisfying. I do quite like that. X-ray specs. Alright. Kick some rats, kick some rats. Oh god, Red Death. Most of the magic seems a little bit weird. It mostly just sort of creates like a little barrier around you, which I think is not ideal. It definitely limits its effectiveness. There was some slowdown. Okay, well, I've got enough keys. I can certainly explore over here. Let's kick some rats. And I'll thwack you a bunch of times. Oh, we didn't look at what character I unlocked. Oh, we've got to do that. Switch. Alright. So, it looked like the magic whatchamacallit is in a wall somewhere. And it's blocked by some boulders, so at least it should stand out a little. I would think it would stand out a little anyway. So... Hey, meat. That looks like a fake wall, but it's not. Way to play with expectations, game. Hey, a cherry. Oh, oh, I don't want to stand there. Oh, there's some lagging. I'll just start thwacking you. Has anyone seen some, like, freaking boulders blocking a wall? I'm looking for some boulders blocking a wall. Anyone? No? Okay, well, I'll just keep mowing you down then. Oh, that is so cathartic. I love that ability. Oh, we got one of these guys. Well, you know what you gotta do to these guys is just keep hitting them over and over and over and over and over, like everything else in this game. Okay, we'll take the left path. Because less guys seems like a better way to get around. Okay. So you've been destroyed. And there's a key. We can use that. That's good. Let's go up here. Still not seeing anything that looks overly suspicious. I can't climb that. Looks like I should be able to. Oh, so you're going to use your blocking power? Well, I'm going to use my special power that you can't block. Called hitting you before you block. Patent pending. Hey, a thing. Oh, there's a button. So there's probably something we need to hit to make that button pop up to be hit. Alright. So what looks conspicuous? I think those guys use like a pig sound effect. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Death awaits you in the shower. That's not a creepy message at all. Got some junk. Alright. Going up here. I don't know where that is. A reoccurring problem with this game. Where is X supposed to be? I don't know. Figure it out. Can't break that. Can't break that. Oh, there's a door. Okay. Hey, a switch. Alright, there's the death that awaits me, I assume. Now, fortunately, I have magic, which will kill death, too. Done. That just isn't quite what he used to be, I guess. He just needs to get his groove back, that's all. I'll just break that, so you can't keep spawning. I'll just whack that. That spawner's destroyed. Now, I heard there's a new Gauntlet that came out like last year. But I think I saw images of it, and it just looked really, really boring. Like, it wasn't remotely colorful or anything like this. This might not be the most interesting game, certainly, but it looks at least fun. And it plays fun enough. For the most part, anyway. Hey, level 25. We're a quarter of the way to the max level, I assume. Things tend to always just level up to 100. Why should this be any different? What makes you special, Gauntlet? Interesting, but you're not actually damaging the spawner, which is what we need destroyed. Okay. Gonna keep swinging away with my broadsword because that's what they're good for. I can't get past there. That should kill something though. The leveling works rather nicely in this game too. Like you sort of level in a general curve with your opponents, so it's not too big of an issue. Yeah, right there we just used the environment to take care of that. That was nice. What's this button do? Hey! That looks conspicuous and possibly where that thing we're looking for is. And a treasure chest, well, it's just bleeding Christmas now, isn't it? Let's go figure out where that chest is. Okay, I think that thing's up here, which means we have to set up... No, it's not a switch. Okay, so we gotta find a way up there. Got the Megaton Hammer. And once we get up there, we should be able to get the thing that'll let us fight that dragon on relatively fair terms. Ideally. And a key and a cherry. This game is just being all kinds of nice to me right now. No, see, when you get hit by the giant death cloud, you're supposed to die. That said, I think the act of how Gauntlet works, it makes it feel very, very stop and start as well, which is kind of a fundamental flaw, I think. Like, I don't think that worked in original Gauntlet, really. Hey, beds. Is there something to that? Yes, that's destroyable. For a cherry! I feel like that should be destroyable, or that. That's not destroyable, that's interesting. Kick you. Destroy your little corpse that you spawn out of. I do like that everything sort of has a unique spawn item. That's kind of neat. And you're dead. Ooh, a green crystal. I do need those. Because I think that's the next color we're building up to. Which means that in the next area they'll be more prevalent. But it's nice you kind of get a little head start to building up your little crystal collection. Okay. Hey, wings. Those could be useful. Go away, rats. Now, these wings allow you to get past, like, various traps and obstacles, but I've still not really found much of a use for them. Oh, that is a laggy spawning animation. Alright. I'll just destroy your little corpse. Not the zappy field. Oh, it's one of those big angry rock guys. With some really stuttery animation. You know, I can just tank all this damage. I'm not really all that scared of fighting you guy. And now you're dead. Aren't you special, Mr. Dead Giant Rock Guy? Okay, that's to leave, but we still need that one thing. Oh, bomb! Okay, so that's the exit, but that's not what we want. So I guess backtracking time on the quest for unclear goals. That is this game. That's for those crystals that we collected. There's a trap. There's another trap. Alright, let's avoid those spikes. Avoid the poisoned food that we will instinctively eat if we walk near it. Because we can't just keep our grabby little hands to ourselves. Okay, so we need to get around or up here somewhere. Oh, that's clear. Okay, but I'm noticing a problem that that's not what we were looking for at all. Okay, well I guess we're gonna back out of the castle and look around out there. Because I didn't see anything else that looked particularly suspicious around here. But I think this is also a great indicator of basically what this game kind of ends up becoming. Sort of becomes a Where's Wally of stuff that just isn't apparent. That's what I've heard, that if you build up your character at like level 75, they can see invisible or hidden walls and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's nice, but I have to get to that point first. And, you know, to get to that point, to at least get a visual clue for something that doesn't have one, that seems like unnecessary busy work for a very basic thing you should already have. But I don't know. And we just wasted a key and ran over some spikes. Like a genius. That's not breakable. I think we did miss some stuff near the front, so maybe that's where it is. I'm just gonna start hitting random walls and hope I see something. Nope. Can I break this down? I cannot. Oh, but I can go this way. What's over here? Do we even explore over here? There's an item that I haven't collected, so evidently not. Alrighty. Okay, so we got some items over here, or some objects over here, but nothing that looks destroyable. And this is where we started, and this is barred off. That didn't help anything. There's nothing up here. So somewhere in a wall that we can break, that, I mean, at least in the hint cutscene they gave us, looked very suspicious. There should be a thing. Okay, well, there's some guys over there. How do we get there, though? Over here, okay. That looks suspicious. Is that the suspicious? Or is it a suspicious? Can challenge the dragon. That's what I need. Hooray! We got ourselves a thing! And now we just gotta run all the way back. Then we can go fight the dragon. Now, if you're asking how do we use this thing, or if it's an auto use or what, my answer is an unsure shrug, because I don't know. But it'll be good to find out, I guess. Alright. Oop, let's back it up over here. Take a little bit of a path around the spikes. I mean, I appreciate all, like, the secret and hidden stuff, and the fact that some secrets, like, lead into other secrets. That's cool, but the fact that some of them are just sort of designed to be completely unnoticeable comes across as weird. And I get that there's an item that you can use to sort of see this stuff, like that's why X-ray glasses exist, but at the same time it's like, well, yeah, but you still have to know when to use them because they're on a limited amount of time use. And I mean, if you already have an idea of when you should use them in order to spot this stuff, what's the point? You might as well just feel around until you find it. And if that's the case, then there's no real point in making them at all. You may as well just make the ability to see these secrets at least a little bit more clear. I mean, not necessarily make them readily 100% visible or anything, but at the very least make it clear that there's something there, you know?
Yellow Valkyrie has gained a level.
Magic potions now inactivate traps. Interesting. And I do have enough for another stat boost, so we're gonna go do that. Alright, so we got a couple of those legendary things, including the one we need to go fight that dragon, so let's go fight that dragon. That sounds like a good, fun, wholesome activity. Go slay a dragon. Alright, so we gotta go back this way, past the dragons, up over here, past Merlin, and back to the dragon, where we're hopefully going to actually win. I hope. It'd be interesting to see how these items are used, though. Because I'm genuinely not sure how they work. Oh, cool. So it's just an auto. Okay, that's neat. Alright, so... was that just a massive damage to it, or was that going to affect how it works? What's exactly on the table here? Okay. Also, there still does not appear to be a way to actually block or avoid that. Well, maybe I could try actually like using my shield like a sensible person, but blocking is not exactly a skill this game likes you to utilize. Okay, so block, that didn't work. That's another thing I've noticed, is like bosses have like a weird pattern for their ranged attacks. Like they throw one straight at you and then they throw like two split ones at you. Okay, you can block it, you just have to do it really, 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 really ahead of time. Like there's a huge delay for blocking. I wasn't trying to waste magic. I was trying to kill a dragon. There's a big difference between wasting magic and killing dragons. Whoa! Yeah, we want to send the middle of those two. I know I need food badly. And the only food that's here is literally in front of the dragon, which seems like kind of a bad design choice. Ah. Okay, well, we could probably buy some extra, like, things or something. Something to boost our damage output. Or something. Let's check this store and see if there's anything that sounds particularly useful. Cherry, key, levitation, meat, potion, growth, electric light, acid, fire breath. I don't need any breaths. Super shot could be useful, perhaps. Phoenix could be useful. That's like a rapid fire. Let's grab rapid fire. That sounds like it could also be very useful. Let's try this again. For excellent Don Bluth animation and awkward quick-timey goodness. That didn't happen last time. Okay, so it's just a bunch of free shots that for some reason didn't work last time. Okay. It's interesting how this chooses to work. Okay, I blocked that time and it didn't work. So it looks like the window to actually block is basically non-existent. In fact, it looks like using your special is a better block than actually blocking. Except I need to use my special, you know? That's the whole point, that's why it's there. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. Problem is, it's an explosion, so you can't even really avoid it. You sort of have to... Hey, it died! Yay! And that's another piece of a, some form of stained glass thing, because that's what we're collecting, apparently. Hooray! Not yet, anyway. I already got 2 from the first one. Isn't that enough?
Yellow Mercury has gained a level.
We can buy some more strength power-ups. So we can take down bosses faster, preferably. Hey, and our strength is almost caught up to our other stats. That's nice. Yes, I will save. I wonder if you can grind bosses. I mean, I'm not sure how useful that would be, but you could probably get a lot of levels quickly that way.
Congratulations, you have recovered the shard for the Mountain Kingdom.
Hooray!
Continue now on your quest to recover all 8 shards that restore the entrance to the desecrated temple.
Which is like the final boss area, I think is what this game is getting at. So now we gotta go back to the area we basically have completed to try and complete that. We'll need to move on to the next area to find an item that'll be useful in this area. Because pacing for the bosses and collectibles is a little weird.
You are now entering the Tower Armory.
Alright, well, let's go attack an armory then. That actually does look like a scene from that Dungeons & Dragons episode of Reboot. Alright, come on. Fruit. Yes, yes. Blow up the big suit of armor to let the little suits of armor leave you alone. I get what you're on about, game. These guys actually pack quite a punch. Trapdoor? Is there a secret to be found, perhaps? Come on. You do have to destroy your spawn point at some point. Speed up. That was actually quite nice. I do not like that sound effect, though. That is like... It's very clear they're using stock sound effects, because I've heard that sound in a lot of things, but it just does not fit here. It just sounds like someone playing a slide whistle in a really weird way. It doesn't really work in the context of, like, you know, a gothic horror adventure. Or at the very least a game where you kick rats. That is not a thing to hit with a thing. That looks like a thing you should hit with a thing, though. Some gates will waste keys, like that one. I take it. Let's go up here. Alright. Oh, that is so cathartic. I love that move. Hey, take that, Death. I'm now anti-you forever. That means I can never die. Blue crystal. We need more of those. Ah, what about my anti-death power? Come on. That was nonsense. What's down here? Hey, some keys. I can appreciate some keys. Oh, bomb! And some loot. Got in here a spinny thing. Button. Oh yeah, that's fun. That had been previously already gained and then lost. Alright, got another crystal. Just gonna keep smacking you and destroy your little spawns. No more spawns for you. Hey. Okay, so that makes the floor disappear or reappear, but it seems to be temporary. Or something. That's something you need multiple people to play, to do. Let's clear this room. It'd be kind of nice if traps affected enemies too, but they don't seem to. Break this wall. Like, that wall looks very easily broken because it was, like, cracked and stuff, but some walls just look like walls, you know? It feels a little inconsistent. And that'll take care of most of you. Oh no, we got a big rock guy. The big rock guys are always mean. On the bright side, like, the really big enemies seem to hurt the little enemies a lot, so you can kind of utilize that a little bit. Good advice, but I prefer walking back. It means I don't have to wade through as much crap. Although it's entirely possible it's like a one-way thing. Still, if nothing else, there's a big rock guy I want to smash. You know, as you do. That's another one of these things. No, it's the same one of those things. Oh. How do I get it over here to you? Oh, I see. Oh, I can do that. Through walls too, mister. You're not so special. Mister, I can just hit you through walls. Okay, so it's not that wall. Looks like there might be a switch to hit him. That does not seem to go through walls. This is useful information. We're learning things. Learning is always fun. At least if it's on your own terms. Okay, we got some keys.
Use key to open doors.
I'm aware I need to use key to open doors. That's why I'm trying to acquire key, so that I can use it to open door. Doesn't appear to be. Well, he's blocking, so that might entirely hit him. Yeah, I guess it did. Again, it's really hard to tell with stuff. Look carefully behind these walls. Well, I notice this pillar's flat. Look carefully behind these walls. Like, I would think this wall might be, like, breakable, but it's not. And that's because it just looks different. Oh, hey, we got a place over here. Hey, there we go. And one of those black crystals, too. Go Team Collectathon. Hey, that's what I want. I think. For glory! Charge! Alright, so where is that thing? Ah, here it is.
3 runestones have been found.
I think there's 13 in total, so having 3 isn't exactly great. They're also placed a little bit inconsistently. I think I've read that you can find 1 in, like, most worlds, but like, there's 2 worlds where there's, like, 2, so, you know, it's not exactly perfectly spaced out or anything. There's that level.
Valkyrie has gained a level.
Oh, it's so close to being matched in terms of strength and armor. Alright. Save that.
Congratulations! You have found a runestone.
Hooray! I think we missed one, though. See what World 5 looks like. There better be treasure or I'm gonna sue someone. I mean, who has a treasury and doesn't have copious amounts of treasure? That's just false advertising is what that is. I don't know, like, areas of the very last level look almost sort of like what you'd expect from, like, the original Gauntlet. There's treasure ahead worth fighting for. Well, that's good because that's what I want. Well, you've now been fought. Now give me my treasure. This is not the treasure worth fighting for. This is a chair. Okay, using transporters first will lead to greater treasure. Whoa. Yeah, they can shoot over walls sometimes. Even though you kind of can't. So, these enemies don't really know fair, and that's, you know, not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, hey. Cool. Ow. Okay, whoa there, guy. Okay. Just gonna have to keep throwing these at you until you die. This is sort of what you consigned your life off to be. I would like to not lose as much health as I am. You are currently part of the wall. I wonder how that's going to affect your drops. Guess we'll find out. Huh. Well, at least it didn't drop in the wall. That's actually sensible programming right there. Oh god. Haha! Fire aura. Oh, the tight corridors. Yeah, this is definitely feeling like Gauntlet. Key. Hey, treasure. This place really is living up to its name. I can appreciate that. Just gonna keep kicking more monkey rats. I like food. I like that. That's funny. Okay, so that's a staircase. Not that our camera would actually let us know that. You are all dead. Bomb. Oh, and there goes that food we could have used. Switch. Some crystals. Come on. Go down. I don't care if you are huge, go down. That does not seem like an appropriate reward for fighting what is essentially like a higher tier enemy, a single key. Maybe some more money or something would have been better. That said, I mean, I guess a key can find you money. It's just sort of random. Order and food. I need more food. It is delicious. Except it's been sitting in the ground in a dungeon for probably a couple of years, at least. So, it probably is not as delicious as I'd like to think it is. Hey, you can teleport spawn things like in Doom. Or like things could do to you in Doom. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's a lot of guys. That's now a lot of dead guys. Come on. Let's break that thing. Got plenty of keys, so that's not a problem. I'll just take all of you out. Break that and take that crystal, thank you. And some keys. Make our life a little bit brighter. Because we can get some more treasure. I'll break that and I'll take you out. See, that wall looks breakable. And it's not, which is weird. Fighting the three-headed beast before entering the first realm is certain death. Okay, so we got to the end. However, I did see another thing that we could have gone and got, so we're going to go explore that, I think. Because it's a treasury. I need all the treasure, or else what's the point? Ooh, a box. Oh, good thing I didn't grab that. That's poison. Poison is the least delicious type of food there is. Actually, a lot of poisons are tasteless. Alright. Ooh, there's something over there. There's some keys, it looks like. I think that's towards the beginning of the area. Hey, Thor's hammer. Oh. Oh, it's all a maze. And yet it's not amazing. Truly sad. Alright, this is where I wanted to go. There's at least two of them there. Gotta hit them both. Or else that's a missed opportunity. And you don't miss opportunities. Level 30. Plus a bunch of money. Plus some junk. Where'd that other guy go? There's a huge guy over here. The mystery of the disappearing huge guy. Hey, we got a little falcon thing hanging out with us now. That's kind of cool. What we got here? Got a gold crystal. And some treasure. Just as you'd expect from a treasury. And a secret, perhaps? I don't know where that is, but we're gonna have to figure out where that is. Not really sure why we've got a little falcon following us now. Whoops. Hey, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's right, because we leveled. Maybe this falcon's a little leveling thing too, or something. Hey, cool. And another gold doodle. Alright, we gotta Oh yeah, my little falcon guy shooting things. Cool. I do sort of like, as you level, you sort of unlock more mechanics. That's a very cool feature. Alright. I think this is the last bit of this area. And I think we just broke some treasure. Whoops. Oopsie. Alright, well, I think we're done here. Unless there was something close to the start we missed. I know it looked like there was 2 different directions we could go from the start. There's the throne we passed. There's another special item. Food. Yeah, I knew we missed something. Alright. Get that. That should be everything in this level. Go down here. Oh, now we gotta take a left. Go down and left. Run into some spikes like a spaz. Go down here. Run into every possible trap we can. For style points, obviously. Because everyone knows running into death traps makes you look awesome. And I think the exit was up here. Again, gotta run into all the traps. This looks like a breakable wall and it's not. So hooray for proper conveyance of stuff. And I think there's a boss to be fought. And probably promptly lose to.
Has gained a level.
Awesome. And hey, you know what that means. More strength. And our strength actually surpasses our armor. Which is kind of neat. Of course, we gotta save. Alright, let's see what this boss is all about.
Congratulations! You now have enough crystals to enter the Sky Dominion. Yellow Mercury is now a level 30 protector.
Hooray. Got a little familiar following me around now. That's cool. I like that. Actually, I think according to the map, it's just the Chimera, but okay. Okay. I mean, if all you do is throw very similar shots... Ah, okay, there we go. That's a tricky thing to fight. I was gonna say, if all you do is throw very basic shots, it wouldn't be hard to fight you. I gotta say, that sort of generic punching sound effect that this game likes to use so much is really distracting. There's food. I'd like to have that, please. Okay. I may have broken a boss. That's interesting. I guess I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to die then? I mean, I could use my super attack right now, but I'm afraid that would, like, knock it out of this loop. So this is a thing that's happening for some reason. I have no words for this. This is just... yeah. Okay. I mean, the boss isn't doing anything. Again, this game is not exactly great at telling you if you're actually doing damage to something, so... I might very well not actually be hitting it, technically. I'm not sure. And yet, at the same time, I kind of don't want to not see if this actually pans out. I can tell you, not using the item to actually, like, defeat the boss or whatever, it takes forever. So this might very well take a while, but still, I kind of want to see if this actually pans out to something. I can't even fathom why this boss is doing this, though. Like, it's got a fairly simple script. It hangs out in this one spot, and then it hits you with attacks. Is it just not programmed to do anything if you get close to it? And I guess that's how you beat a boss in Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Thank you and good night, people.
You have defeated the fearsome Chimera and recovered his shard.
Also, you have a weird inflection of saying Chimera, but okay. Chimera. It's pronounced Chimera. I don't want to be that guy, but come on, guy.
Yellow Valkyrie has gained a level.
So that's a boss. And let's just get ourselves some more strength, because why not? Alright, so that's saved. Good for us. And we defeated the Chimera with ridiculous amounts of ease.
Congratulations! You have recovered the shard for the castle stronghold.
I think you already mentioned that, but okay. Pre-rendered! So clearly not in engine.
Continue now on your quest to recover all 8 shards that restore the entrance to the desecrated temple.
And, I guess I'm gonna have to do that after... Oh, hey, my sword changed too. It's now a scimitar. Yeah, so your actual... And my shield changed as well. It's got a stripe on it. That's cool. I like that there's nice little visual changes as you get stronger. Anyway, that is this little recording session for this game I've done. I've disconnected about 7 times over the course of the past 2 hours. But you know what? That boss fight happened, and I'm proud of that for why ever that happened. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Internet.